Mortal, you stand above the sealed ruins of Leiloria. Within is a gateway to Cold Harbor, where my priestess, Kulanway, suffers at the hands of Molag Bal. Her pain is so great, it has torn a hole between worlds. This injustice must end. I am the Daedric, Prince of Dawn and Dusk, who weeps for Kulanway's suffering. I am the Mother of the Rose, who sealed Leiloria away from your world. I am Azura, mortal, and I would have you end Kulanway's endless torment. Long ago, the wizard Vastari came to Leiloria. She sought to end Kulanway's suffering, but Vastari failed and was lost. Go to Vastari's tower, retrace her path into Leiloria, and mortal, set Kulanway's bones to rest. Vastari kept careful records of her struggle to pierce Leiloria's seal. They remain scattered in her tower. Find them, use them to breach the seal and recover Kulanway. A powerful wizard who built the tower behind you. She studied Leiloria for years, always patient, until finally she found a way through. But despite her preparations, Molag Bal's servants overwhelmed her companions. She was forever lost. Leiloria is the mouth of a bottle that floats through Cold Harbor. My seal is the cork. Should I release the seal, Molag Bal's servants will pour into Leiloria until they have nowhere else to go but here. Vistari found a way to slip past the seal, as must you. Kulanway was the most beloved of my servants. Her voice bent the world to her will, yet she used her power for selfless works until she was taken to Cold Harbor. Molag Bal made her song of pain last millennia, but in his distraction, you will recover her.
Again. Greetings, outsider. As the will of my prince is eternal, I heed your call. Azura. You know of Azura, don't you? Erai the Fleet, she named me. But that was long ago. This shriveled vessel is but a shadow of my former glory. My wings ache to soar the skies of oblivion once more. Vastari pierced the seal with a relic known as the Twilight Heart. It still stands before the gates of Leiloria, bereft of magical energies. You'll need to feed its souls, and with all these Daedra about, you'll have your pick. The wizard Vastari kept quite the stock of sigil geodes, which I suppose should do. There are still some around. I can smell them from here. Of course, she was the last to summon me, Together we opened the ruins of Leyloria. She ventured in with her noble companions. I watched them die in a flood of Daedra. It was all I could do to escape and seal the ruin, the Starry's final command. Ignoring the fact that my prince's unbreakable will compels me to open the way to Leyloria, despite the unspeakably bloody terror to greet you on the other side. You could be Molag Bal himself for all I know. I'd still help you open the door, Lord of Brutality or not. You aren't him, are you? Good, good. I'd expect the Harvester of Souls to be taller. Try waiting in a rock until someone calls your name. Then watch them reduced to a smear of viscera the moment you do what they've asked you to do. You try to find joy where you can. The joy of aiding another, of course. Of course, she was the last to summon me. Together we opened the ruins of Leyloria. She ventured in with her noble companions. I watched them die in a flood of Daedra. It was all I could do to escape and seal the ruin, the Starry's final command. Ignoring the fact that my prince is unbreakable, you could be Molag. No, you're not. Not enough horns. And you don't smell of rotten meat. Molag Bal has terrible hygiene. Even a scamp knows that. Here are the sigil geodes. A little dusty, but they'll do. Simple to use. Pointed at the Daedra you want to absorb, and the sigil geode does the rest. What is your will, outsider? The Twilight Heart stands before the entrance to Leyloria. When Molag Bal's servants first invaded, this place was known as Twilvarlays, the Well of Stars. Now, it's the Throat of Darkness. The alien had such colorful names, don't you think? Just so, domain.
Yes, Irai, despite your efforts.
My prince's children were legion. They should have overwhelmed you.
Molag Bal's chattel are nothing to me.
Blasphemy!
Stranger, if you're a foe to Molag Bal, stand with me.
Fools! I'll feast upon your eyes!
You've nowhere to fly, Senior. You can't escape me. The sigil geode? Do you still have it? Touching the sigil geode to Irai's forehead will absorb her soul. It's the only way we'll ever leave this place. If she dies outside of that stone, we'll spend the next century counting the tiles in this place. I noted 32,708, but you're welcome to check my figures. In the depths of this ruin is a portal leading straight to Cold Harbor. We can only close it from the other side. Once in Cold Harbor, we'll have no hope of escape unless Irai is inside that stone. Quickly! I can't keep this up for long.
It doesn't matter what you do to me. You'll be dead or trapped for 1,000 years. Molag Bal is my prince, you fool. I let Vistari believe I was Azura's servant, just as I let you believe. I led you into Cold Harbor's grasp, morsels for the god of schemes to pick from between his teeth. My prince is endless. No mortal can defeat him. I do hope you find Kulanway and gaze upon the instruments of her torment. One day it will be you upon the rending pinions, and I will bask in your boundless woe. Do it! I've spent countless centuries imprisoned in a tablet. That stone would be a delightful change of scenery. Perhaps the Banekin will pick it from your corpse and bring me to my prince. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
What have you done? Do you understand what you've done? Without Irai and the sigil geode, we're stuck here. Yes, quite pragmatic. Forgive my frustration. I haven't spoken with another person in years. But we'll have time for conversation later. Come, we must retrieve Kolanway. At the base of these ruins is the hole her torment tears between worlds. But the moment we enter, Molag Bal's servants are likely to sense our presence. I'd have long ago made the attempt myself, if I had anywhere to flee. We must find Kulanway and free her from whatever cruel device causes her so much pain. Doing so should end her torment. When she no longer cries out, the rift between Cold Harbor and Leyloria should close, I hope. I kept this library clear of Daedra, but the chambers beyond are home to a variety of the creatures. It may be best to avoid them. Can you feel her suffering, her agony? For 1,000 years, her pain tunneled through the void, always reaching for her last memories of a life free of suffering. No more! Come, we end this today. We've done it! We freed Kulanway from her torment. Oh, it was worth the wait. We cannot, but you can. My unique nature binds me to my phylactery, which should still be located in my home. Think of it as a tether, along which you can return to the world. I cannot be the link and also travel through it. I fear this is where we must part ways. You must consecrate Kulanway's bones. What happened to her was an injustice beyond imagination. But one question before we part ways. How did you find me? I had no idea another Daedric prince was aware of my research. I must take greater precautions in the future. I will open the portal now. Are you ready? Then prepare yourself. Departing Cold Harbor is never easy.
Kulanway, beloved of the Wild Ones, my priestess returns from the clutches of Cold Harbor at last. So I have seen another sacrifice asked of one who has already lost so much. Do not mourn her, mortal. There is hope for the starry yet. As safe as any can be in that place. Much when it is time. You have taught humility to a Daedric prince, mortal. Tread carefully, for he will attempt to exact his revenge. Now go with my blessing. When I have need of you, you will know.